Hey everyone, Brian from Bearable Traders. It is Sunday, May 19th. Hope everyone's had a good weekend so far. We're pretty late in the day. We've got a long weekend here up in Canada, but I know everyone's going to be back at work Monday in the US. We'll be online, Bearable Traders website and day trading room. But let's take a look at the week that was and look ahead, see if we can find some setups here for some swing trades. It's been a little more difficult lately. We've had a market that's been super news headline driven. Every time we get a tweet or something coming out, the markets react, and so it's a little bit harder to find good swing trades, but there's still some out there. We just need to know where to look. So you can see here we look at the market internals. We're pretty close to flat between stocks above their 200-day and below. Some sort of trending to the downside on the 50 moving average. You can see we've got more stocks below the 50 than above. And new highs, new lows, split right down the middle. More declining than advancing on Friday, but that's kind of been the tail of the tape here for the last couple of weeks or week or so. Anyway, let's take a look at what groups are doing good and what's not so not so great here. You can see an advertisement. You can see here we're back to the safety trade. Utilities are always a place where money flows when things are unsettled, and you can see here that's the daily, but even on the week we had utilities just holding in there. Everything else on the downside. Technology's been taking a hit. That's kind of one of the places where the China trade talks have been hurting sectors. You can see here on the month low, healthcare has been pretty good. Conglomerates, utilities, again, that's sort of the safety trade. So let's take a look at what we can see with the indexes specifically. This is the 10-year Treasury. This is a weekly, by the way, and you can see here, like I've been talking about, we seem to be heading lower on this on the interest rates. We're at 2.39 right now, and we've got a lot further to go if they continue to cut interest rates, which is where I think things are going. The trade talks not going well. Global economies seem to be going down, although still strong in the U.S. But I can't see the rates coming up, which is, I guess, bodes well for the markets overall. As long as interest rates are low, then there's really no other good place to put your money, honey. So here, let's take a look at the indexes. Let's take a look at the weeklies since we've gone through the week. You can see the Dow finished lower, but did have a bit of an up week, did come back, bounced off this 50 moving average. Volume not really, nothing to say there one way or another. So we kind of flat here. And I think that's kind of, again, I think we're going to kind of chop in this range unless we get some really sort of bad news come out about something, whether it's, the tensions in Iran or the trade talks, just basically blow up. But I don't think they're going anywhere in a hurry. Again, this is the IWM, the small caps. You can see it didn't fare as well as the Dow. It actually finished down on the week and down from the open on the week. So not very constructive. This is one of the trades I put on TZA, and I think it could head lower. TZA is a way to short the small caps, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you can see here, the small caps are really, I think, is the one that is really taking, not performing as well. Again, the tail of the tape on QQQs. We did start out lower and finished higher on the week, but actually down on the week overall. And again, we're just, we just seem to be, we've tried to break out here, pulled back, and now I think we're going to be kind of stuck in this range. There's basically a breakout failure there. Again, nothing to write home about one way or another on volume. Large caps, let's look at the weekly. You can see here again, same story as the Qs and the Dow. Pretty much same comments there. Just seem to be hanging in. Breakout, failure, breakout, breakout failure, I should say, and then pulled back. Okay, so let's take a look at what else we got here. We're looking at the dollar. Again, the dollar strength. It's coming back up, testing this high. I think it looks like it wants to go higher. RSI is turning up. Moving averages are all moving in that direction. And volume was nothing really spectacular. MACD is turning up as well. So it looks like we continue to want to go higher on the dollar. Could actually buy some UUP just as a trade. Let's take a look at what it looks like on the weekly. Yeah, you can see here we're breaking out. We're well above the highs back here from 2017. So looking like we want to continue stronger, but I'd wait. If you're going to think about a trade like that, I'd look for a pullback like we got here. And what else we got here? The VIX. VIX kind of a double top, pulled back, and now we're kind of in this range. I kind of believe we're going to be at an inside week here with this candle. Or that was a daily, I guess. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly. Pulled back on the week, so again we're getting into sort of some choppy price action. Maybe on the indexes we're not going to go higher, but we're kind of going to hold levels. So yeah. So look at what's let's see what we got on watch here, or I should say on actives. TZA is a stock that I took a position in on Friday. It looked like it was going to break out, so I'm looking for it to get to at least 10, maybe 10.29, which is where this moving average is. And we'll see if it gets rejected from there, because there are some levels here, 10.50, where it seemed to be rejected from before. Levels that go back to here, here, here. So yeah, I think we're gonna have some significant resistance there if this doesn't move higher. Stop is just below this 10.50 level, 10.40 I think I said. Let's take a look at what we've got from some scans or on watch. Should say just watching. I'm watching BABA because it really sold off earnings on last week, and you can see here it sold off. Bit of volume there, not huge volume. So we may, we'll see if it comes back down to this this moving average. Sort of at a level right now where it broke out from. So something worth keeping an eye on if it does want to reverse. But again, the Chinese stocks are under a lot of pressure right now because of the trade talks. BIDU really took a big kicking on Friday. It really sold off on volume too. So I'll be looking to take a position on this one, because I think this is really oversold. This is the sort of the Google of China, so I think there might be an opportunity there. RSI is down at 15. It's really oversold. So looking for maybe a bounce on that. Where do we end up? Low of the candle was about 127. So maybe a 127 or even 125 might be a good entry there for a bounce on that one. Nugget and dust. I'm watching what gold's doing. It doesn't help gold if the dollar just keeps getting stronger. It's price of gold's gonna, at least there's gonna be some pressure for it to go. It looks like it's building a bit of an ascending triangle here. So yeah, so I would say dust and nugget actually maybe moving up. We'll see, but I'm just gonna watch that right now. Emerging markets again not doing great because of the strong dollar. This is the China internet stocks ETF. I was watching that for a bounce. I'm just gonna keep that on watch right now. And Labu's not really doing anything either. Doesn't look all that attractive. It's one I like to trade, but I'm not going to do it here. SMH may be finding a bit of a bottom here. 105 seems to be an area that it's holding, so we'll watch to see if that either breaks down or bounces, does a double bottom here. Maybe take an entry. Natural gas, I do like to trade natural gas, but it's just chopping here right now. I don't know what it's doing. It seems to be at a level of prior support, which is now becoming resistance. So if it breaks out here, maybe we'll look at taking a long position. But at this point, I'm just going to watch. And again, we seem to be just sort of chopping here with UWT. But you know, gold or oil may head higher with all the tensions in the Middle East. Iran and all the rest of that. So we'll see, in Venezuela, stuff going on there. So we'll see what happens on that. And maybe I should combine these, the scans and on watch. But I am still looking at it. It did a nice pop up and now it's pulled back. This is often what stocks will do. They'll break out and then pull back to where they broke out from. So we'll watch this one. It might actually hold this 21 level, and then maybe we might get a continuation move higher. So I'll keep that on. RAD's another one. I wish I'd have picked this up earlier, because you can see here this is this huge volume day with this candle, this basically this dragonfly candle where it really sold off hard and then came right back up. You can all see that. That's you know, that's basically what they call a capitulation move. It's when all the investors that have bought in here, and they're all thinking, you know, this was the bounce, and now they're all just basically, a lot of them are just giving up. They're just throwing in the towel, saying that's it. And then, you know, and then people come in when it really flushes, and they buy it because they think it's a good deal at that price. You can kind of see one here. The volume one isn't as big, but you can see what happens after that. So you look for a move like this in a stock, and that's usually a good place to pick up a bounce. Now it's already bounced a buck, so it might end up doing a bit of a pullback here again, but I'll watch that one. It's really, you know, it's a stock where people go. It's a, you know, it's a pharmacy. It's where people go, and you know, everybody needs drugs. Doesn't matter what the economy is doing. So, you know, it's kind of like the utilities, safety trade. So I'll watch that one, and it certainly looks like it's you know, maybe it's going to hold the this $8, but it would be worth getting back in. I wish I'd have picked it up earlier. So that's it, everybody. That's what we're watching, and what things are going to look like. We'll see what happens this week. I don't think we've got any. We've got Iran sort of on the radar right now, so we're going to have to be watching for stuff that's happening there. It looks like the China trade talks, I don't know if there's going to be much more chatter about that for a couple of weeks. We've got the G20 coming up when Trump's going to meet with Xi Jinping and maybe some other leaders. You know, he's made some announcements with other tariffs, like taking the tariffs off Canada and Mexico, and holding off on the cars in the Europe and Japan. So, you know, I think there's, you know, I think he's trying to talk the market up a little bit and show it's not all bad news. So, you know, there may be more news flow coming this week that might move the markets one way or another. And it's, again, it's going to be, it's unusual times. I've never traded where everything's so news driven, but, you know, as a trader, you just got to keep adapting and keep finding opportunities. So, and if you haven't checked out my book, it's on Amazon, How to Swing Trade. It's right there. And if you have a chance, pick it up if you haven't already. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in the Bear Bull trading room in the morning if you're going to join us. It will be day trading there. And I'll be doing a swing trade review at 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern Time, from 2:30 to 3:30. We're doing a Monday swing trade sessions, so there'll be an hour there at 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern Time. See everyone tomorrow. Have a great rest of the weekend, guys and gals. Bye for now.